Okay, 1st of September, we just seen on the previous video a tricky trade on DAX and a very good trade on DAX. Let's see cable here. Cable was really frustrating on the 1st of September. Plenty of news, so that was to be expected. The market is very choppy. You see that there's a resistance here and a support here. You have a signal here, it wouldn't been triggered. You have another signal here which is just before 9 o'clock. Would you take this? It's 31, it has a low at 28. But you see, the point is that here you have a pretty big resistance, and do you really want to get into this situation where probably the market is going to bounce after 4 or 5 ticks? Just before the 9:30, just half an hour before 9:30. This is not a high probability trade, and I will actually not do this. It didn't really even try to get to the resistance point, and the market is really waiting. You can see there's another kind of doji here. It's really waiting for the 9:30 news. And when it happens, well, this is what you get. Again, we don't trade the news. Some people may trade the news. This is not what we do here. You might have had your entry point here. Consider that this is not a signal yet, but your entry point here at 57. And it might well be that you will be filled at 220. You never know with these kind of things. Now, what you do after a rally like that, you do just nothing. The market can just collapse and go down. It can go up. All sorts of things happen. Market has to digest the news. I have to say that this is pretty positive news for the pound, but I just don't trade this kind of markets. The other thing you could have done is just a leap of faith, enter at 50 in order to try to get to 65, this level here, which is R3. Yeah, if you like it, that's fine. How much are you going to risk for this? It's up to you. Consider that it's a slightly different situation from the DAX we've seen before, because the DAX was just opening, and many things happen on the opening. This is news, and this is definitely positive news, but I don't want to enter after 130, 140 points rally. Then nothing really happened. You could have got some points here and there, and the other big moves is here, and look what time it is. It's 3 o'clock. That's other news in the afternoon. So overall it would have been a very frustrating day for the pound. Much better the situation on euro against the dollar. It moves less, as we know, but you had a clear signal here at 8:10. It could have entered at about 40, and it reached. It depends on your broker. It depends on what your S1 is, but you could have reached this or this. You would have easily made more than 10 points. And the risk was quite okay. You have a kind of buy signal here, but it is really at about very close to 10 o'clock. You probably wouldn't have been triggered here, because it would have left a little bit of a buffer, and you already are quite late on this rally here anyway. Other little things here, but that's not really important because we don't trade during this time. Let's have a look at this. This is 1305. You have a signal here you wouldn't have been triggered here, you wouldn't have been triggered here. To be triggered, you would have been you would have had to wait here, but this is 130, and 130, as you know, there were some news, so we don't trade that. Same thing here. This would have been 230, very, very close to the last low, and very close to the S1 here. So and quite close actually to the 3 o'clock news, and you see how the 3 o'clock news actually acted on the market. So this wasn't, again, a very good trade. I would have definitely filtered it. What happens here? Well, we have the same situation as the pound here. Do you really want to enter after news on this bar? I wouldn't. I would have been wrong, of course, because the market went up. But again, I mean, you would have entered at about 69. The market went to 78, so you would have made 8 points, 9 points, and you would have risked much more. Now, this, to me, is a much better proposition, because the market actually went up there, it paused, it did have the chance to go down and retrace, it didn't, and then it went up and break this, well, S1 first of all, and this last high. So I would have entered at 80, 81, and the market reached S2. Sorry, R2 for 10 points, which on euro against the dollar is a pretty good result. And the risk was quite limited, because your stop would have been down here. So that would have been a very good trade to finish the day. Finally, the 1st of September was a pretty good day for oil as well. Big rally at the beginning, mirroring really the equity markets, no triggering here. And unfortunately, you have to wait for this bar to close. So this bar has already gone below this low, so it is a breakout. So you could have entered here, which is about 9 o'clock. You could have made probably 8 or 9 points, and definitely more than 10 here. It is quite idiosyncratic of oil, just to try to test again all the time the breakout points. So it might be a little bit frustrating, because if after your first 10 points, let's say, you put the second lot on break even, most of the time you are really stopped out there, and then the market goes down again. You see that this was the first breakout, and the market then tested it here, and then it went out again. This was the other breakout, and the market tested it again before going down here. Here it's actually after 10 o'clock, but I would like to use this to show something else. The trend is down. There is a little retracement on an ABC kind of situation, so if you are keen on Elliott waves, this is quite classic actually. But the most important thing is price action. The market goes up, it bounces at this moving average, and then it goes down. Now, you don't have a signal here, as you can see here, but it's quite safe to, this is an advanced entry, it's quite safe actually to enter here at 71, knowing that you can have a scalp, because the market will probably try to test and pass this, and you could have another 10 points. This is academic, because obviously this is after 10 o'clock and we don't trade that. Another very good point was here after 1 o'clock. This is a breakout. You could have taken this quite easily at just below 50. The market goes just above 30, so another 15 points. This is a little bit more tricky because this is another breakout. you would have entered at 15, and there would have been an S1 at 8, so that was a little bit more complicated. And here you would have entered a little bit too late if you wait too long. Still, and well, the other big thing obviously is that you would have entered very close to a big round number. Now you have to wait for this, you have to wait for this, you have to wait for a breakout of this, and really, do you want to enter at about 90 after the market has already gone down 80, 90 points? Not really. You want to wait for some better ways. And in fact, this wouldn't have been a great trade. It would have been very advanced and wrong. You had your chance here. This is after the news at 3 o'clock. This is 3:10. This is the same situation as this. However, if you wait too long, you might as well wait for the breakout of this, because here you would have entered at 93 and 92, and the low here was 86. So you might want to wait for an 83 or 82, and then the market goes down again. So very good day for the oil as well, the 1st of September.